Hi to all. I am Mar Introini, Global Chair of G100 Global Networking, and I am absolutely delighted to be here with these wonderful ladies. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from India to LA. We are absolutely doing networking, isn't it, Bridget?
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Mar, for having these wonderful conversations again. I am Birgit Tan, and I'm a grief transformation coach, speaker, author, here to help you easily thrive and quickly win, even as you face adversities, because at the end of the day, we all deserve to thrive, regardless of what's going on in your life.
Absolutely. Indeed. Tanya from Chicago. Congratulations. It's good to say that she's now national chair for Michigan of G100. Congratulations, Tanya.
Thank you so much, Mar. I am Tanya Mattox, the Michigan State Chair for Oneness and Wisdom, USA, and I'm so excited and enjoying the conversation with Bridget Tan and also my lovely co-hosts here. We are learning so much, and I'm looking forward to her sharing more about the fourth finger today.
Namrata from India. How are you?
Hi, Mar. I am doing good, and it's going to be my second conversation. I'm deeply looking forward for this fourth finger as well. Thoroughly enjoying this conversation, and yes, good evening from India.
This is an intimate conversation. We are professional, but we enjoy. Above all, we are enjoying this conversation of this book that is our excuse to be together and to make global networking happen. And we are this five finger method of Bridget, this wonderful book. And today we are in the four finger. So please, Bridget, could you please introduce us to this new finger mystery?
Yes, absolutely, Mar. Thank you so much. The fourth finger is forward fortitude. And so, what is forward fortitude? Forward fortitude is to take action with the best possible attitude given your circumstance. And why do we want that? Just as Jim Carrey, the award-winning movie actor, says, we cannot desire something. We cannot say we want to be better, we want to heal and all these things and not do anything. You will not have any result that you want if you do nothing. And so we want to take actions. Now, it can be a little easier said than done when we are going through things. So the rest of the book we're going to discuss today shares with you on how you will be able to have forward fortitude with a lot more ease.
Absolutely. Tanya,
Yes.
What do you think about this four finger? It was a mystery. It was something that it was foreseeable when you were reading the book.
Not at all. I really tried to figure out what did it mean, forward fortitude, and then with gratitude. And as I began to read, I was really taken by one of the statements that Bridget made in the book, that forward fortitude is chosen optimism with action. And that unlocked it for me. I said, okay, chosen fortitude, a chosen optimism. I understood the fortitude better, that you knew you were going through your challenge, your grief, but you could move through it and you could do it in an optimistic way. You're honoring it, as we learned from the other portion of the book, the other finger. You honor what you're going through. But then this really gave it power to move beyond. And I was really excited by that one particular statement. It really unlocked it for me. I didn't expect that at all.
Remove your dark sunglasses. That's
Oh.
what Bridget said. It's absolutely wonderful, isn't it? Namrata, makes you feel when you read that? Remove your dark sunglasses. Do you feel that you have, for certain situation, your dark sunglasses put it on?
Yes, I could actually relate it. And while going ahead for the book, that the kind of maybe glasses that we put and not able to understand first initially that how to move forward and how to be in the kind of gratification. But yes, after reading the book, it does give me a kind of insight of gratification. It does give me insight of expression, how to express. And of course, the third, which I really liked about it, is self love. Start loving self again.
Mhm. That's beautiful, isn't it, Brigitte? Start loving ourselves. We always think that we love ourselves, but it's incorrect way. We need to analyze the way we are giving us a place. Here, this place, we just grab a tea and have a conversation, and we enjoy.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah, yes. So,
Yes.
Yes.
our tea, our coffee depends. Good morning, good afternoon, Namrata. You are going to sleep soon.
Yeah.
So no, it's better not coffee for you, but coffee for Bridget. Bridget,
Yes.
dark sunglasses. When it came that idea of this analogy with the dark sunglasses, that is so good to understand how we need to read our brief.
How does it came with the analogy? Probably because I live not close to the beach.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I grew up in Indonesia, and so that there is naturally the beach, and you play with the beach ball and so forth. And even now I am drawn to the beach, so I see it with all the different beach ball, which we discuss in this book on using beach ball to help you with your perception, as well as if you ever use multiple different sunglasses. You see it as well the way the book explain it. You can put a dark sunglasses, you can put a rosy color sunglasses, or you can see it with clear eyes. So
Sunglasses, the ball that you have it there, the multicolor ball. The first time that I met Bridget present, it was before the pandemics in London. She showed this. She was there with me in the panel, and she was with this multicolor ball. Then you say, but what she is doing with that multicolor ball? And please tell us what means that beautiful metaphor that means that multicolor ball, please, Bridget.
absolutely, thank you, Mar. So the multicolor ball is to help you with perceptions. So let's say you have a dispute with somebody. Now, if you are looking at this ball, imagine that you are standing in a large giant ball. So much so that you're standing close by, and all you can see is you are so close, and all you can see is one single color. Imagine you standing in front of the red color. And then the other person stand on the other side where it is a blue color here. And so you are red and the other person blue. And this is a huge ball, the size of a house. If I were to ask you, if I come over and ask you, what color can you see? And you can only name one color. Would you likely to say it is red? And then the same thing, if I come to the other person and I say, what color can you see? They will say it's blue. Is either of you incorrect? No. You're calling what you can see in front of you. And now, in truth, though, if you both step back, say to a higher ground, if this is a large ball, and you look down, you will realize that both of you were correct. Both of you were correct. Neither of you were wrong. And when you look at everything, it's actually all the difference we have is part of one whole beautiful ball, one whole beautiful life and picture of life. And that when we can understand that, we can see what we might see as all blue and gloom and doom is actually a way to empower us, or it might be something there is some sunshine hiding behind it. And so that's the basic of it.
I think I will ask you for author's permission to use that idea, because that is about the global networking. You see just one part, and you need to be open to see other colors, even if you cannot look at it directly, but you know that there are other colors behind tolerance.
Yes.
Tanya, what do you think about that? Do the world need more tolerance or not? Do we need to see more colors?
Yes, we do, definitely. And Bridget, that was an absolutely fantastic analogy. And it is all about perception. And you do need to know what the other person's experience is in order to understand that perspective. And that really would help us more on a global level to understand one another and for there to be more tolerance.
Yeah.
Everything is not just what you see initially and up close and personal. There's usually a whole lot more behind it. Know why that person has responded the way they have. Understand why you have the perception that you have. And understanding that there are many different perceptions and we are all correct. No one's wrong. This is what you can see. And so I really like that. The ball and the different shading of the sunglasses, your perspective really does matter a whole lot.
Namrata, do you think there is a matter of tolerance? There is cultural aspect. You are in India. It's different from this perspective from American, straightforward and without judgment. I say, but it's a different style. Do you think it's totally different, radical different?
I first of all love the narration by Tanya that the perceptions are different, and now we are collaborating globally. So I really love the narration. And coming back to your question of coming back to answer your question, Mar. See, I very strongly believe that we all have different senses. Okay, and senses perceive things differently. And what Tanya also said that no one is perfect, but we all are real in our own senses, and we are real because of our senses. What we are perceiving is right for us. It might not be right for other person. So again, culture, again, being radical and being straightforward and all these things, that all is absolutely okay. And believe you me, it's not, I don't really see, as a coach also I collaborate, I've got so many people across the globe in US, UK, and not and in Saudi side of the Middle East part of the country. Coming from forces, I really do not see any such drastic difference except one aspect of it, and that's respect. I think we all fall under that one, pillar of respect and love towards each other. Rest, looking at things differently, having the understanding of things differently, is all our these senses that have been given to us. And because of these different senses, as Tanya has put it across, as Bajit has put it across, that we have our different perceptions. So I hope I answered that.
Fantastic answer. Fantastic, wise answer.
Yes.
Bridget, let's do a small summary. How we get to this four finger of forward fortitude? How with the four finger? Let's go. So how we get here?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. So the book is using your five fingers to help you easily thrive, to help you navigate your challenges, your adversity easier, and be able to triumph quicker and easier as well. And so we start with the first fingers, which is your thumb. And basically your thumb is two thumbs up. And the basis of that is make two thumbs up smart moves, which we share in there, while keeping in your mind the two thumbs up outcome that you would love. And then the fourth, the pointer finger is talking about fingerprints. And this actually also contribute to this book, the understanding that everyone is different. So your feelings different from time to time, like your fingerprints, as well as it's also talk about chameleon, because grief, because we are all different and our feelings change from time to time. Grief can morph and hides itself in so many forms, and to recognize that. And then the middle finger, the fun middle finger. And we want to remember that, yes, it is okay to wave our middle finger, and if we need to, as well as to learn skills and tools in there such that we don't have to wave our middle fingers too often, such as forgiveness, and also talking about guilt. And then and as we complete our navigation of our grief. Now that we have understanding on what's going on, then we are taking the next step. This chapter and the next chapter is about now what can you do with what you have, such that you can start looking forward and taking the next step of being able to create the result that you would love.
Tanya, do you feel identified with what Bridget is saying, the way you face your grief? Is there something that you disagree, or you haven't lived that way, or this book awake up you to a new reality, a new approach?
Well, actually, yes, her book has awakened me to a different approach to grief, because as we've been traveling through the Four Fingers, I did experience a death. And some of what Bridget had in her book was really, really impactful of me. Just the difference in how people process it. Not everyone wants to hear, oh, they're in a better place, and oh, it's going to be all right, because you're hurting and the person you love is gone. The job that you loved, you don't have anymore. And learning how to deal with that. And I really resonated and appreciated learning that it's okay to feel. You feel that pain. You have to do that in order to be able to move past it. You feel it and say, yeah, I'm ticked off, or yeah, I'm angry. Yes, I'm sad. And then you move on from there. And this Forward Fortitude was fantastic. And I love the one part where Bridget met a mentor, an older gentleman, and he used the NATO method, which has really helped. And NATO, NATO, is an acronym for no attachment to outcome. That has helped me so much. And Bridget, I thank you for that. That has really, really had a big impact on me over this past 2 weeks.
Thank you. I am so delighted. Yes, so we endeavor, we do the very best we can toward the outcome we want. But there is a difference between doing the very best and and looking forward to it versus clinging attachment that will only cause additional anguish in us.
Yeah.
Namrata, Bridget have challenging you the way you traditionally approach grief?
Definitely, it has given me. It does have given me a kind of more insights of first accepting it, and then I love the expression aspect which is covered in this chapter, that look for expression, look for coming from an army background, sometimes you feel like keeping things to yourself and not letting people know, not letting others know that what are you going through. But yes, I mean, having that expression makes you feel lighter, makes you to move ahead. And of course, the concept of self love does give a lot of essence. And I didn't know that when you start expressing it, the self love that is spoken a lot and that is written a lot is also increased when we start expressing, when we start accepting all these things. So I mean, thanks a lot for this wonderful book. I always keep expressing my gratitude towards you while reading every word and letter of the book.
Mm-hmm. Bridget, you have go through very challenging situations, the personal level, with your couple, with your health. Do you think you became wiser after that? You wrote this book because of that experience, or was something that it was roaming in your head before, and now you get the opportunity to do it?
It is actually the book that allowed me to realize what I have been having. So the technique that I have in here is something that looking back, is something that I unconsciously has been using for 16, 18 years through my work as an oncologist, and my background is in oncology as a doctor, to help with my clients and patients. And when this happened, there is a large contrast when this, as you mentioned, Smar, with my hand become paralyzed while losing a loved one, and my mother was critically ill. There's a large contrast when I remember to apply this myself with the previous times when I faced adversities as a childhood and as a younger adult. And that's when I realized that it is actually, there is these tools, and to make it easier, I decided to streamline it and to make it a little bit more digestible for everybody, and that way everyone can benefit from it as well.
And we all have to get benefits from your generosity of writing a book instead of blaming yourself for the things that you have done wrong, or you thought it was wrong, or blaming because your health, and you're just moving forward. And so that is a matter of attitude. It's all about attitude. Ladies, is it or not?
Yes.
Tanya.
Yes, I would agree. Definitely. It's about attitude, how you intend to handle it, how you intend to move through it. Do you want to move through it? Being honest with yourself. Your attitude has everything to do with it. And Bridget really coalesced it and got it together for us. It makes you really look at yourself and your thinking and how you have moved in those areas. And I'm glad Namrata had mentioned something so very good as far as what was that you were saying, Namrata, about the self-love? And before that, I know you were talking about being closed off from as far as your background was concerned.
So accepting and expressing.
Expressing, yes, expressing. And now, that word picture you wrote, Bridget, was something else. Expressing and the picture of the pimple and expressing that. It was just really relatable. And I appreciated that. I'm glad you brought that up, Namrata.
Namrata.
Yes. See, attitude. I'll just touch upon the attitude part of it, what Mar has just said. And what I have seen and experienced, that grief will be there definitely. And does attitude affect us or not? I think attitude does affect in the duration of grief. Allow me to say that, Bajit. I mean, I hope I do that justice, because it could be number of days for someone, it could be number of months for someone, and there the attitude will have that kind of reflection on how are we expressing, and how are we first accepting, and then how are we expressing. So I mean, yes, acceptance and expression will come early to a person who has got attitude aligned to it, and will come little later to a person whose attitude is not aligned. But yes, the key is there in the book. What I saw is, and what I found is that all the essential key elements to come out of grief, to move ahead, is all I found in the book. And I mean, indebted, I mean, extremely grateful for that.
Bridget, attitude.
Yeah, it is, as actually this is beautiful that the conversation come full circle. As Tanya says at the beginning, the Forward Fortitude is about chosen optimism. And what is chosen optimism? See, there is a difference between an optimist and a pessimist and a chosen optimism. You might have heard the saying of the pessimist see the glass half empty, the optimists see the glass half full. Chosen optimism is actually being very realistic while choosing a positive outcome. So in other words, you see that the glass is half empty or half full. It doesn't matter what you see the glass actually, but you say, okay, there is an opportunity for me to fill up the glass, to make it full with whatever it is that I would love. If you need to, you can even, replace the content by filling it up with what it is that you would really love. And so that's chosen optimism. The glass could be the glass, and whatever the condition is the condition. But what are you going to see it as, and what are you going to do about it?
Mm-hmm. We have gone through all the points of this chapter, and we came to an end So we say nature with gratitude, laugh, self-love, express, kind respect, act, and finally celebrate. What that means, celebrate, and we make a wrap up with that celebration and our tea, of course.
Yeah, the celebrations have you ever done a true celebration? Have you ever done a true celebration with laughter, with friend, and so forth? And then at the same times, you are very, if you're genuinely celebrating, can you do that and at the same time being very angry or upset or depressed or something? The celebration is actually a step up of being gratitude. We share in there about gratitude. But when you have your gratitude, yes, a lot of time we do it solemnly. But when you do the celebration, it's actually expand your energy. It's open your heart even more, and that is something that we all want to allow ourselves to be able to feel gratitude, but also to allow our heart to open. Because why? Because you deserve it. Because you deserve it. It's a celebration, is also a form of actually self-care, just like expression and respect and acting. And it is something that, when we do that, it will allow us to just notice not only what's good, but also what's really, really that you appreciate and bring fun. And we share in there how fun is actually very important for all of us.
There is always an opportunity to fill the glass, say Virginia Rivera. I'm saying a big hug to her, isn't it? She's a friend of us and a member of a very important member of Global Networking. Thank you, Virginia, for being there. Celebrate, we continue celebrating with friends. And Namrata, Tanya, a wrap up celebrating.
All right. And I'm ready to celebrate. My favorite beverage is coffee. And I celebrate the opportunity to really feel gratitude over what it is that I have experienced and to find the gratitude in each moment.
Thank you, Namrata.
I celebrate in every opportunity that comes my way, Mar, be it in this, be it reading the book, be it having late night chats with Tanya, be it having chats with you, Mar. I celebrate in every opportunity that comes my way. And that's here I take a pause.
Positive attitude, a smile, and focus, keeping the focus on the future, isn't it? That's what we take this session, this opportunity that is coming to an end. And I'm very grateful with all of you. Please, do you like to say 1 minute, and we just make our introduction to for next month. We are very much looking forward from now. Our 5-finger method. Bridget, you would like to tell us a small summary, and then we go to the rest of the ladies and we say goodbye.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Mar. Yes. And the small summary, I would say, to cap everything, when we celebrate, we notice the little progresses that we have, such as we've been progressing month to month with this book. So that's a celebration. And then next month is the little finger. And so what do you think the little finger come from? And so that's something that you would want to check, because the little fingers is not so little in helping you. It's actually, with practicing little finger, we will allow you to move forward, to take a quantum leap forward. So
very interesting. Tanya?
Yeah, that sounds exciting. I'm so thankful to have gone through this. And Mari, you've been a wonderful, wonderful moderator. And Bridget, I'm looking forward to this leap that we make with the 5th finger, with the little finger. I will be practicing gratitude and being intentional about it. And I will have seeking peace in mind.
Beautiful, beautiful. Gratitude. Yes, yes. Beautiful, Tanya. Namrata.
Okay, I'll quickly say that after going through all the fingers, I think little finger will be maybe about taking a rebirth, connecting to my inner self, and then overcoming the overcoming the grief and going ahead. So that would be the smallest and the little finger will be all about. And of course, excitedly looking forward to read it.
We have the last message from Planeta Challenge. Well, no, it would be better if you pronounce it, Namrata, because he's from India. So please, you read it, please, Namrata.
What do you want me to read it?
With the name.
Pia Beta.
You know, it sounds better, isn't it? I'm going to embarrass myself pronouncing it.
You did good. You did good, Mom.
I hope I did the justice. I hope I did the justice. Please pardon me if I did wrong.
Hi, Fabrica. Hi, thank you for sending your comment.
Hi, thank you.
We are coming to an end. If you would like to say something, it's just the end of this session.
All right. Well, this has been fantastic. I enjoyed you, ladies. Thank you for your insight.
Yes, thank you very much for Mar and Namrata and Tanya. It's so beautiful for our conversation, and thank you for all the audience who are watching this. As you know, we said before, the book is available on Amazon in any country, and I'm here. You can connect with me at any time for laser coaching, for a quick meeting, if you ever have any question or feel that you can benefit from any support.
Thank you. Forward with gratitude. This is the end of the chapter and the end of this lovely session. Thank you so much. See you next month.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. See you next month.